Throughout history, tyrants and dictators have constructed cults of personality in order to consolidate their own power. They project their own invincibility and superiority, forging a loyal group identity out of heightened chaos and division. Donald Trump and his enablers are now employing many of the same tactics to keep his political base together and silence critics. Even former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci has likened support for Trump to a cult. At the heart of Trump's cult of personality is the idea that he can do no wrong, even when he brazenly breaks the law. From the first days of his presidential campaign, Trump declared that he alone could fix America's problems, and even shoot someone on Fifth Avenue without any consequences. In the White House, he has inflated his God complex further, proclaiming himself the chosen one. Trump's enablers and Republican members of Congress reinforce this cult of personality, parroting his lies, refusing to criticize him. When confronted with growing evidence that Trump withheld military aid from Ukraine in order to get dirt on Joe Biden, clearly a quid pro quo with a foreign government, Republicans in Congress still claim he did nothing wrong. When Trump profits from foreign leaders staying at his properties, they see no conflict of interest. When he obstructs justice by firing the FBI director investigating him, they claim he has the right to do so. At every turn, they are willing to sacrifice our democracy and the rule of law for their blind loyalty to Trump. There's no tolerance for criticism or dissent. In the rare cases when Republicans and former aides turn against him, they're labeled as liars, traitors, and phonies. Trump also claims that he alone knows the truth, a classic tactic of cult leaders, as Trump infamously told his supporters,
"Just remember, what you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening."
Instead, Trump is the only one who can be believed. This Orwellian approach is also reflected in Trump's war on the media, attacking anyone who challenges his lies as an enemy of the people. But loyalty alone is not enough. Fear and division are also essential to maintain Trump's cult of personality. He preys on the fears of his supporters by playing up the threat of immigrants, foreign traders, foreign politicians, and their international agreements. He then uses this heightened paranoia to generate chaos and division, unifying his supporters out of a common fear of outsiders. This consolidates his power over them even further. So how can we break through the cult of Trump? First, put aside labels, such as liberal and conservative, when talking across the political divide. He has weaponized these words, and using them will immediately turn his supporters off. Second, call out how Trump has betrayed his supporters, lining the pockets of the wealthy and corporations after promising to help the working class, proposing cuts to Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid after he said he would not, filling his cabinet with lobbyists and corporate executives despite pledging to drain the swamp. Finally, offer an alternative to Trump's vision for the country, rooted in the truth and a bold vision to get our economy and democracy working for all Americans. You see, this is not an issue of left or right, Republican or Democrat. The cult of Trump violates our democracy, our Constitution, our rule of law, and the common good.